Welcome back to Ninetale Hobbies. We're going to be doing our very first game of Bot War 2 Turbo Edition. This is going to be just the starter set, what you get in the box. So it's going to be the Valiants versus Coil. We're going to be doing Scenario 1, Quest for Energy. It's a game length of 8 turns, 5-inch deployment. Pretty much it's an objective grabbing game where there are 4 objectives on the board. They can't be within 6 inches of the table edge or another objective. If you're holding it, at the beginning of the round, you get 1 victory point and 1 extra energy to your pool for that turn. And the game is over at the end of 8 turns, or if you table your opponent. Starting off, Coil is going to have 15 energy to divvy up between each model. So Forked Tongue gets 3 energy, Deep State gets 2, Mineshaft gets 2, Core Drill gets 1, Slaughter gets 3, Shogun gets 2, and Raven gets 2. The Valiants also have 15 energy to divvy up. RJ gets 2, Herb gets 1, Supercharge gets 4, Traffic Stop gets 2, Cold Start gets 3, and Do Cow gets 3. Deployment for the Valiants. We've got Supercharge and Traffic Stop on the left flank. Got Do Cow and Herbs in the center. And then RJ and Cold Start are taking the right flank. For Coil, Shogun and Core Drill on the right. Deep State, Forked Tongue and Slaughter are in the middle. And then Raven and Mineshaft are on the left. And we've got our 4 objectives all placed out on the board. Some are fairly open and some are pretty well hidden. Turn number 1. For the first activation of the game, Forked Tongue is going to double move up into some cover and save 1 energy cube for boosting defense if necessary. Deep State follows suit, spends 1 energy to move up to the objective, and saves their other 1 for defense. Core Drill spends their 1 energy to move up and reinforce Deep State on the objective. Mineshaft copies its fellow symbiote and spends both of its energy to move up and reinforce Forked Tongue on the objective. RJ sees an opportunity to take advantage of Deep State's lack of awareness, spends 1 energy to take a quick sniper shot across the board. RJ gets a hit with her single critical die, and with a dice pool of 3, Deep State blocks 2. After taking her quick shot at Deep State, RJ decides to move up and secure the objective. Herbs uses his efficient power and his single cube to double move and help RJ up at the objective. Supercharge is going to spend 2 energy and their teleport ability to jump into the Coil's back lines. Supercharge is then going to initiate a boosted melee attack into Shogun, who is going to boost their defense. Supercharge with a CA of 3 plus a critical die plus a boost rolls 5 dice, gets 9 successes. Then Shogun rolls with 3 shields plus a boosted die, gets 3 successes, and ends up taking 6 damage. Traffic Stop spends both of their energy, moves up within range of the objective, and gets a little bit of cover from the building. Slaughter goes and double moves over to the corner to help reinforce the flank, the objective, and to back up Shogun on the next turn. Cold Start spends 1 of their energy cubes to move up, which puts them right at long range to take a shot at Deep State. Cold Start is taking a long range shot into Deep State, so that takes his ranged attack from 3 to 2, and he ends up rolling a single success. Deep State boosts his shield from 3 to 4 and gets 4 successes, completely blocking Cold Start's hit. Shogun wants to see if he can get a little revenge on Supercharge and swings his giant sword into the smaller bot's face. Has a CA pool of 3 plus a crit dice for close range. Rolls 10 successes. Supercharge has a dice pool of 3 dice. Rolls 6 successes for a total of 4 damage. Raven moves up closer to the center of the board to have a better position for the beginning of next round. Ducal spends 1 energy to move up and another energy to take a long-range shot at Mineshaft. Ducal has a RA of 4, -1 for the long shot, so 3 dice, rolls 6 successes. Mineshaft has 2 shield dice for 4 successes, so Mineshaft takes 2 damage. Beginning of turn 2, Valiants and Coil both have 2 victory points and get 2 extra energy to divvy up for their forces. For round 2, the Coil distribution of energy is Forked Tongue gets 4, Deep State gets 3, Mineshaft and Core Drill get 1 apiece, Slaughter gets 3, Shogun gets 2, and Raven gets 3. On the Valiant side, we have RJ with 2, Herbs with 2, Supercharge with 4, Traffic Stop with 2, Cold Start with 3, and Ducal with 4. Forked Tongue moves up enough to peek around the corner and get a shot in at Herbs, even though it is in cover, but it does keep him safe from the rest of the Valiants. Forked Tongue is going to boost their shot into Herbs, so that gives them 4 range dice with Blast, and Herbs is going to get cover and boost their defense as well, so that is 1 black critical die and 3 shield dice. Forked Tongue gets 4 successes. Herbs comes in with 7, protecting his fellow Valiants. Deep State moves up and over to get a boosted shot at Traffic Stop, who is also going to boost their defense. With the boosted dice pool, that gives Deep State 4 dice to roll, and boosting their defense is going to give Traffic Stop 4 dice as well. Deep State gets 8 on the hit, and Traffic Stop only comes up with 3 on the defense, taking 5 damage, leaving them on 1 health. Mineshaft is going to use their 1 energy cube to tuck in behind the building while staying within scoring of the objective, hopefully avoiding any further damage. Core Drill follows the same protocols as the other symbiote, moves up to the building, tucks in nice and safe to secure the objective. RJ moves over a bit, staying at long range for her sniper shot, and is going to see if she can take any damage onto Forked Tongue. RJ gets 3 on her critical dice, and Forked Tongue, with the boosted defense pool of 4 dice, gets 7 successes. Herbs is going to back up his teammate, move over towards RJ while staying in range of the objective, and take a cover shot into Forked Tongue. Herbs rolls his 2 RA dice, gets 4 successes. Forked Tongue rolls his 3 shield dice plus cover and gets 4 successes as well, taking no damage. Supercharge is going to attempt to finish off Shogun, doing a boosted attack into Shogun's boosted defense. It gives Supercharge a dice pool of 5 dice, gets 8 successes, versus Shogun's 4 dice pool, and Shogun blanks out and is taken out by Supercharge. Supercharge then uses their last 2 remaining energy to air support back behind the building by Traffic Stop. Traffic Stop is going to take advantage of Deep State being out in the open and take a quick shot. Traffic Stop has a pool of 3 dice, scores 4 hits, decides not to use Sharpshooter. Deep State has a dice pool of 3 dice as well, and scores 2 on the defense, takes 2 damage. Slaughter moves out to get a clear shot at Traffic Stop. He's going to boost it, hopefully getting some damage in and splashing over to Supercharge with Blast. Boosting gives Slaughter a dice pool of 4, rolls 4 successes. Traffic Stop with a dice pool of 3, rolls 4 successes as well. saving his and supercharges Bacon. Cold Start spends 1 energy to move into short range of Fork Tongue and is going to take a boosted shot. Cold Start boosted is rolling 4 dice, gets 3 successes. Fork Tongue gets 3 shield dice, rolls 2 successes, takes 1 damage. Raven decides to air support up to the back lines of the Valiants, gets into cover, and takes a shot at RJ. Raven takes their 3 dice shot into RJ, gets 6 successes. RJ with their 2 dice gets 2 successes, but thanks to Ducal's inspiring presence, they get to re-roll one of those defense dice, come up with an extra defense, and survive with 1 health. Ducal decides to move back and see what type of damage they can do to the agile but fragile Raven. Ducal boosts his shot with a dice pool of 5, gets 5 successes. Raven rolls their 4 defense dice and gets 3 successes and takes 2 damage. At the beginning of turn 3, the Valiants and Coils are still all tied up at 4 victory points apiece, and they both get 2 extra energy for their energy pools. For health and energy, we have the Coils. Fork Tongue is at 5 health, 4 energy. Deep State is at 5 health, 4 energy. Core Drill is at 4 health, no energy. Mineshaft is 2 health, no energy. Slaughter is at 8 health with 4 energy. Raven is at 2 health with 3 energy. For the Valiants, RJ is at 2 health with 2 energy. Herbs is at 4 health with 2 energy. Supercharge is at 2 health with 3 energy. Traffic Stop is at 1 health with 4 energy. Cold Start is at 6 health with 3 energy. And Ducal is at 10 health with 3 energy as well. Fork Tongue quickly analyzes his position, ram attacks into RJ and Cold Start, staying just out of range of Ducal's ram attack as well. With the ram attack, Fork Tongue is rolling 4 dice, 2 normal attacks and 2 crits. With Combat Scimitar, they get to reroll 2 dice. And they get a total of 7 hits. Cold Start is boosting their defense, so they're going to be rolling 4 shield dice. They take 5 damage and they're down to 1 health. Fork Tongue swings hard enough to knock Cold Start back, and the shockwave does a single point of damage to RJ and Herbs as well. Deep State sees a similar opportunity and ram attacks into Traffic Stop. Deep State has an attack pool of 4 dice, 2 attack dice, and 2 critical dice. He rolls 7 successes on it. Traffic Stop has a dice pool of 4 defense dice. They boosted. They only get 3 defense, which is more than enough to take them off the board. Core Drill and Mineshaft are going to stay in cover. RJ is going to take a boosted close combat attack into Fork Tongue. This gives her a dice pool of 3, rolls 4 successes. Fork Tongue is going to boost his defense, so he'll have 4 defense die, and rolls 4 successes as well, so no damage. Herbs wants to come and help his teammate, so he efficient ram attacks into Fork Tongue and is going to boost a melee attack. Herbs with his boost has 2 critical dice and 2 regular attack die, rolls 5 successes, and Fork Tongue with the 3 shield dice, roll 4 successes and takes 1 damage. Supercharge, being very upset about what happened to Traffic Stop, turns around and takes a boosted shot into Deep State, hoping to hold this objective for the Valiants. Supercharge boosts up to 3 dice, gets 9 successes. Deep State does have Iron Skin, so if it gets a bad roll, can re-roll 1 die, but ends up getting 6 successes, takes 3 damage, and is down to 2. Slaughter moves up to take a ranged shot at Supercharge, but since he does have Blast, if it damages Supercharge, it will hit Deep State as well. Each of the bots is going to boost their dice pool, which is going to give them both 4 dice on their rolls. Slaughter gets 5 successes. Supercharge gets 4, but is going to use the once per game Will of the One to negate 1 point of damage. Cold Start's going to see if they can help their leader by moving up and taking a shot at Raven. Cold Start is going to be throwing 3 arranged attack dice. Raven is going to boost their defense to 5. Cold Start rolls 6 hits. Raven rolls 5 on the defense dice, which would normally just be 1 damage, but since Cold Start has Surge and Raven has 2 energy on him, that does an additional 2 damage for a total of 3, taking out Raven. The rear having been taken care of, Ducal tries to move up, help out Supercharge. He's just outside of short range and takes a long range shot at Deep State. Ducal is going to take a 3-die shot into Deep State, who's going to boost their defense for 4. Ducal gets 4, but uses Inspiring Presence on themselves, and ends up getting a total of 6. Deep State rolls an initial 3. With Iron Skin, they get to re-roll their defense die, which takes them up to 5. They take 1 damage, leaving them at 4 health. Turn 4, we have the Coils pulling slightly ahead, holding 2 objectives, getting 6 points and 2 energy points to their pool, and the Valiants holding 1, getting 1 energy point. So Coils status for round 4 is Forked Tongue, 4 health, 5 energy. Deep State, 4 health, 3 energy. Mineshaft, 2 health, no energy. Core Drill, 4 health, no energy. And Slaughter with 8 health, 5 energy. And then for the Valiants, we have RJ on 1 health with 3 energy. Herbs with 3 health, 2 energy. Supercharge with 2 health, 3 energy. Cold Start with 1 health, 1 energy. And Ducal with 10 health, 5 energy. Forked Tongue whirls, focusing on RJ, but hoping to get Herbs and Cold Start in their wild attack. Forked Tongue is boosting their attack for a total of 4 dice. RJ is going to boost their defense for a total of 3 dice. Forked Tongue decides to re-roll 1 dice for a total of 8. RJ gets a total of 3 for 5 damage. That is going to take her out, as well as Cold Start from the splash damage, and take Herbs down to 2 health. Deep State wants to finish off the troublesome Valiant by initiating a ram attack. Deep State gets to roll an extra critical dice because of ram attack, so 4 dice. Ends up with a total of 8. Supercharge is going to boost their defense for a total of 4 dice. Gets 3 successes, which is more than enough to take him off the board. Herbs puts everything he can into a boosted melee attack into Forked Tongue, who's going to go all out dodging. Herbs is rolling 3 dice with his boosted melee attack. Gets 5. And Forked Tongue is boosting their defense for a total of 4 dice. They roll 3 successes, they take 2, and they're down to 3 health. Slaughter decides to stay in place and take a long-ranged attack at Ducal. Slaughter is rolling 2 dice, gets 4 successes. Ducal is rolling 4 dice, and also gets 4 successes. Ducal is just in range to come up and do a ram attack into Deep State. Ducal is rolling 6 dice, ends up getting a total of 13 successes. Deep State's going to roll anyway, gets 4 successes, which is still almost enough to kill him twice over. Start of turn number 5. Coil extends their lead by holding 3 objectives. Thanks to Deep State's positioning, it was just enough to keep Ducal from contesting the other spot. So that gives Coil 9 victory points, 3 extra energy this turn, and the Valiants hold no objectives, so they stay at 5 victory points. Forked Tongue is at 2 health with 4 energy. Core Drill is at 4 health with 1 energy. Mineshaft is at 2 health with 1 energy. And Slaughter is at 8 health with 5 energy. For the Valiants, we have Herbs at 2 health, 2 energy, and Ducal at 10 health, 3 energy. Forked Tongue is going to see if they can finally take out the persistent little bot. Forked Tongue is going to boost their attack, giving them a total of 4 dice. Going to reroll with Combat Scimitar. They get a total of 6. Herbs is going to boost his defense, giving him 3 dice. Rolls 4 successes, which is just enough to kill the little bot. After taking out Herbs, Forked Tongue is going to move within line of the objective and try to stay in cover away from Ducal. Mineshaft is going to spend its 1 energy to move just within range of the objective while getting as much cover as possible from Ducal. Core Drill is going to spend their 1 energy as well to moving to the other side of the building, hopefully avoiding the attentions of Ducal. Slaughter is going to see how he fares against the big bot. He's going to come up and ram attack into Ducal. Slaughter is boosting their ram attack for a total of 5 dice. Ends up rolling 9 successes. Ducal uses the combat sword ability to cause them to reroll the 2 on the attack die. Still comes up as a 2, so same number of successes. Ducal is going to boost their shield roll, which is a total of 5 dice. They get 5 successes for a total difference of 4 damage. It's Ducal's turn to swing back on Slaughter and see if he can get some retribution for his teammates. Ducal is boosting his close combat attack for a total of 6 dice. Ends up getting 12 hits. Slaughter boosts his shield dice by 1 for 4 dice. Gets 4 successes, which is just enough for Ducal to one-shot Slaughter right off the board. Turn 6, Coil extends their lead to 12 victory points. Valiants are still at 5, which gives the Coil 3 extra energy at the beginning of this turn. Forked Tongue is at 2 health, 3 energy. Core Drill is at 4 health, 3 energy, and Mineshaft is at 2 health, 3 energy. Ducal is at 6 health, 3 energy. Unless Ducal can wipe out the entire Coil force, this is Coil's victory, but just to be safe, being the brave army that they are, Forked Tongue is going to back up behind the building as far away from Ducal as they can safely. But Core Drill is going to do something surprising and move to the opposite side of the building in case Ducal does have a chance of coming up and taking out the other Coil forces. This will buy them the victory that they need. Ducal does decide to go for the moral victory and move over to try to take out Core Drill. Ducal boosts his shot, giving him 5 dice. Core Drill is also going to boost their defense, giving them 3 dice. Ducal gets 8 hits. Core Drill, 5 saves, which does 3 damage to him, and the little bot just barely survives. Turn number 7. Coil is up to 14 victory points. They get 3 extra energy. The Valiants are up to 6 victory points and get 1 extra energy. Forked Tongue is at 2 health, 3 energy. Mineshaft is at 2 health, 3 energy. And Core Drill is at 1 health, 4 energy. Ducal is at 6 health, 4 energy. Core Drill wants to go out with a bang, so with the name of Coils on its lips, it charges to Ducal, takes a swing at the big bot, originally does 7 dice on its boosted melee attack, but Ducal has them reroll with combat sword to 4 dice. Ducal unnecessarily boosts his shield, so he's rolling 5 dice and rolls 5 successes. And then he pretty much breathes hard on the symbiote as its code goes back to Coil HQ. As Ducal stands the lone survivor of the Valiants, Forked Tongue and Mineshaft retreat back off to Coil headquarters. The rest of the Valiants are going to have to hang out with the One until their bodies are remade. So that is a Coils victory. A little post-game talk. Despite missing a couple of rules and some dice here and there, I think it was pretty even on both sides. I think Coil played as best they can. After watching a lot of battle reports with Coil, seeing other people play them and my own experience and everything, they are not a toe-to-toe faction. I think a lot of people see Shogun as the biggest robot and that it can stand toe-to-toe with Ducal, but Coil is very much a finesse, play the objective type of faction. The Valiants had some bad dice rolls. Raven definitely did their job with jumping into the back lines and having to split Ducal's attention, because I don't think RJ and Supercharge and all of them over on that flank could have held that against Raven and Forked Tongue. I think it turned out pretty well. Valiants made a couple of mistakes of moving out of objective range, kind of putting them behind a bit. Coil staying on the objective just snowballed and then hiding and moving away just at the right time ended up getting in the game. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.